Well, hello there, and welcome back to my channel. I make quality content that nobody really asked for. In today's video, we actually have a room arranging video, and we'll actually be putting up my Sonic the Hedgehog collection, which is way overdue because I've been collecting Sonic the Hedgehog for a few months now. I've always been a fan of Sonic, as you probably know by now, but I always kept it offline because the fans scare me. Well, at least they used to scare me, but things mellowed out a little bit. I feel like we're a little bit more less insane as we used to be, so now I don't mind showing my love for it on camera. But yeah, we'll be finally putting up this collection because this stuff has been sitting in my room for months, this being in the way, and like that's not fair to myself or this collection, so it's time to put it up. And the reason why I delayed it for so long, because like every single collector, space is an issue. Now I didn't have room to start a new collection because my room is pretty much filled with the collections I've been collecting, like Miraculous and Teen Titans and How to Teen Dragon, but like everything, sacrifices had to be made. So I had to rearrange of quite a few things, as well as sacrifice a few of my collections to make room for this one, but it's gonna be totally worth it because I'm so excited to finally show my love to Sonic to the world. So let's dive right into it and go to the first part of this rearranging. So here is the famous Funko wall. This is literally the first thing you see when you enter my room, and this Funko wall been up for literally years. The only time that it was down is when it fell down that one time, but when I had my room to myself, this is one of the first things that went up just because I had so many Funkos. So here they are. I'm kind of sad they're moving, but honestly they're not moving that far. They're literally going up there, which I'll get to in a second. I just want to show you guys all the Funkos I have. So I have a lot of Teen Titans ones and How to Teen Dragon. I also have all the Star vs. the Forces of Evil one and a few other franchises mixed in. But yeah, so hopefully all of these will fit right here because that is where we're moving them to. Right here is my Teen Titans collection, and I have the spot out here that I never really use. I mean, like, of course I'm using it to store stuff, but I think I can make a better use of this space. So I'm gonna be moving all the Funkos up here, and I hope they fit. If not, we'll make it work. But yeah, woo. So let's get to that. I'll also probably be moving all of these Funkos too. These are my Night Begins to Shine ones to the Funko wall, so I can make this part of the shelf the autograph shelf for all my Funkos, because I do get quite a bit of Funkos signed. So I'll be moving. And it's the end of another era, because I keep mentioning this Funko wall was one of the first things I put up in my room when I started to have it to myself. So moving it over after all this time was kind of sad, but at the same time I was very happy that it fit here and it looked really good. Again, it really helped fill up the space because I didn't know really what to put here because it's so tall, as you could tell, because I had to be on a ladder for it, but it all worked out in the end. I want to show you the state of my Sonic collection because it's been a long time since these boxes been up, because originally this spot used to have my Funko collection, like my Funko wall. It was very iconic because it was on top of this bookcase I have here, like a 3-layer one, but I moved it to utilize space and I moved it up here, and this is where I keep all my Teen Titans stuff as well as Monster High, because this is the entrance to my room. So this is like a first thing a lot of people see, and it ain't pretty, but I thought I will have my Sonic collection shelf much more sooner because I did this back in March or April, and it's July now, so it's long overdue. I'm surprised that the boxes are still holding shape, so hopefully, you know, everything is fine, because I don't know. But originally I had it like more organized in this, like, oh, like all of this is like Sonic Prime stuff, all of this is Sonic movie. It kind of like everywhere it can fit type of thing right now. Like here I got a whole bunch of mixed stuff. I got Squishmallows, Funkos, Sonic movie, Sonic Prime, just other things. Here we have a lot of like I call it just normal Sonic stuff. So we got some classic, we just got some normal figures of characters. Like you see, you have SBO here. I got some autographs. Most of this is like all Sonic Prime, I believe, and most of that is all Sonic movie besides that one. So we have a lot going on here, and hopefully putting shelves here will make things a little bit more organized. I'm not quite sure, but hopefully it all works out, and I really hope those shelves work out too. And I'm also be converting this part of my How to Teen Dragon collection to Sonic as well, because these two shelves hold my How to Teen Dragon stuff, but I need more stuff for Sonic, obviously, and I can fit my Hurricane Dragon collection somewhere else. So I'll be moving this part and dedicating it also to my Sonic collection, and these will be moved somewhere else in my room, which I will show that in this video as well. My Hurricane Dragon collection is always moving. Originally it was where the main display was, and then I moved it here, and now it's going somewhere else. So I think that's funny, but this is what we're working with. I cannot wait to finally get some organization here. So yeah, let's hope it works out because I do love my Sonic stuff. I also forgot to mention that it's my Sonic collection, but it's also Monster High overflow, just because my Monster High collection is overflowing from my shelf. So the bottom part of my Sonic collection will be Monster High, which I will put in this video because I do got the new Creep Productions here, you know, Operetta, Toralei, and the Were Twins, and hopefully if I need more room, I will have more space for inbox dolls, but for now at least I have a shelf to hold these two, as well as my out of box versions of them, because they kind of just like hanging in a pile right there, which isn't the best for them. So my shelf came in after months and months of me like delaying buying it, and let me tell you, I was not happy with this shelf at all because I got everything ready. I tear down the cardboard part, got the space ready to put the shelf up, and it actually came damaged, like completely. Like almost every single shelf, I believe, besides like one, was damaged. There was chips everywhere of like the wood, and the box was beat up, and it was not a good time, so I had to return it. Another day, and I'm going to attempt to build this shelf today, and don't mind my missing eyelashes, they're driving me nuts. But my replacement shelf came in, and it came in okay. I don't really recommend these shelves on Amazon, which sucks because they're like really cute in the product photos. Like, you know, it's a pink shelf and it's like an okay price. You know, they're like 40 bucks and sometimes they're on sale, but you just have to keep in mind that they will come damaged of some sort. So I said that this box came in and the box was semi-decent, and I was looking through the shelves and most of them looked okay. But then I grabbed this shelf right here, and it also came slightly chipped. Now it's not as bad as the first shelf we got, because that was just like basically one piece out of 5 was damaged, but it just sucks. Like this one was brand new, and like again, the shipping box came okay, and so I don't know if it's the company or the delivery on Amazon part, probably maybe a little bit of both. But in fact, this is the second shelf I got, and it still came slightly damaged. So what I did, maybe I shouldn't say this on the internet because the Amazon police might get me. I don't know how that works, but this shelf right here, I went back to my old shelf because I haven't returned it yet because I need some help. So I have to wait till my dad is free. But I told him like I don't want to return this shelf or the past shelf until I get my new one in, just in case that one came damaged. And I was smart in doing that because literally I could do not. Since this one of the shelves came damaged, I went back to the old shelf because the box was ripped open, and I just swapped pieces. I mean, I'm already returning the other shelf because it's broken, so I thought, well, one more broken piece won't hurt them because I'm already returning it anyway. So I took the one good shelf and I put it here to replace this one because, like, again, I paid 40 bucks for this. That's like a lot of money in this economy, okay? Like, I don't make money like that just to have broken shelves. So yeah, don't recommend these shelves, but hopefully the rest of them aren't broken. So I did a quick inspection and it looked fine, but I think I had to build it to see it in full capacity. So I'm going to try building it now. And the instruction says it can take like 15 minutes, but I'm not good at building things, so it'll probably take me longer. But let's see if it actually does take me 15 minutes. It's exactly 6 o'clock right now, so yeah, but that's the update on that. Not impressed by these shelves. Now I can finally start actually building this darn shelf because too many trials and errors just trying to get the good one. And even though it is cute and cheap, you do pay for it in the end because of the quality issues, so don't recommend it, but at least it was easy to build. Much easier than the last shelf I had to build in my last video. Recommend watching that. Also don't recommend because it's not that good. But yeah, they're super easy. All you gotta do is twist the PVC pipes in. You don't even need a hammer, so I like that, and it literally took me like 10 minutes. Alrighty, it's the next day. Don't mind the mess, okay? When you're reorganizing and decluttering your house will be messy too, okay? It's kind of chaotic over at the house of Riffy right now because I'm doing like a whole cleaning thing. So get over yourself. If it bothers you, that's your problem. But anyways, so I do have my shelf here, and I did build it yesterday. It didn't take me that long, honestly. Probably took me like actually 10 minutes when it comes to actually building the shelf versus anything else. Like, cause it took me longer to honestly find a pair of scissors and keep looking for those scissors versus like actually building it, which I found funny. But yeah, this shelf was super easy to do, super easy to take down as well. And you know, I'm semi happy with it. It's not perfect, and do not spray cleaner on this. I spray cleaner on this to clean it because I don't know where it's been, and it literally destroyed some of the wood. So don't spray cleaner, gently wipe it. And yeah, it's not perfect, and if you're gonna buy this thing, just expect chips, just because it's gonna have chips. Like, again, I bought this brand new again. This is my second one, and it still had chips in the shelves. And I did replace it with like the nice parts of the previous shelf. And I also, like, there's like one shelf that has a tiny little chip on the corner or something, and I just put that on the top near the back, so it won't bother me that much. But yeah, this shelf is not perfect. I know a lot of collectors use it, but I just don't really recommend it too much. It's better just to have like a bookcase or something. But yeah, and one thing I'm going to do now, because I just realized this yesterday, is this is like really tall. I'm not that tall, but like I'm 5 foot, and this is almost as tall as me. It's like 4'8", and I had to put this on top of another shelf. While this might not be heavy, it is as tall as me and as tall as my dad. So what I'm going to do is actually take parts of it down and rebuild it again, because I thought that'd probably be the best way to handle that. So that's the update on that. Now here's from the fun part. So I did take down the cardboard prison for all my Sonic stuff, and I just put everything on the table here, and I'm surprised that all my Sonic stuff fits on the table. And this is a lot. Like, honestly, this honestly looks like a whole like display for a store, like if you go to like a toy show. And when I'm looking at this, like, you can tell that I have a clear favorite thing that I'm into collecting. Like, we have a lot of Sonic movie and Prime, which I find funny, and most of my merch is all just like Shadow. Like, I have a lot of Shadow because Shadow's my favorite, and I have like a lot of Amy too. So like Amy and Shadow definitely dominates my collection, which makes sense because they're my two favorite characters. And the other one I have a lot of is Sonic, because I feel like you can't escape Sonic, you know? But yeah, I have a lot of stuff going on here, and I kind of organized it so they will stay together, because the way I'm going to display my shelves is like, oh, we're going to have the Sonic movie display, Sonic Prime, like, you know, this normal classic and modern era, because I don't have enough of both, right? So like, and Funkos. So like here again, like I have all my Sonic movie stuff right here. So I have like the Shadow 2-pack with Sonic, Shadow, another set with Shadow motorcycle, my Shadow autographs, Sonic Prime figures. Like, we have the Amy Black Rose, we have all the other ones I can't see right now because of the glare. Oh, Shadow, Chaos Sonic. Who's this one? Thorn Rose 9. Then we have the Pirate Rouge, and then we have SBO, Vector, and the classics. And then we have more Sonic Prime. We have a Sonic Boom autograph. We got some Funkos here. And then we have my big Sonic movie stuff. We also have the Hatching Dragon stuff on the floor because they're gonna take some of the Hatching Dragon space. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on. This picture is how I felt while making this shelf. It was not fun at all. Anyways. Okay, update. So I rebuilt the shelf in my room. Sorry for the lack of, like, fast forward, like me putting up stuff, just because One thing, this part of my room is just a little bit hard to film because it's so tight here, but I managed to rebuild it here. But as you can tell, this is actually 4 shelves long, not 5, because I thought 5 was just a little bit too tall, right? Like if I make a 5th one, it'll be like touching my ceiling, and that's just a bit too tall for me, so I'm just gonna work with this. I also have another plan because I was planning on buying these shelves again. Even though I don't hate them, they're so much easier to customize and stuff. And I was gonna put it like right here, to mind the mess, but like right here where I had my other Max Ladybug shelves. And so I thought like I was gonna buy a 3-tier for that one, but I might just add the extra 4-tier and that would be fine. So, but this is what we got going. So now I'm gonna add all the stuff. So like up here, this top shelf would be Funkos. Here would be, like where's my hand? Here would be like this normal Sonic stuff, like classic, modern, stuff like that. Here would be, I was thinking either Sonic movie or Prime, because I do want to give Prime to this shelf because I think I have the most Sonic Prime stuff and this has more length. But I also thought like for Sonic movie, because it doesn't just have to be 3, it could be other things I accumulate, especially if like Sonic 4 comes out. I don't know, I'm gonna be in this house when the Sonic 4 comes out, but you know, stuff I think about. But I still think I'm pretty solid on making this Prime, making this Sonic movie, and this actually gonna be Monster High. Kind of like breaks up the shelf for a little bit, but that is temporary for now. It will go back to Sonic, but it is gonna be Monster High just for a hot second. And I have some space right here. Originally, I had my San Diego Comic-Con Kwamis from Miraculous sharing this shelf, but they just couldn't fit. So I just had this slight space right here. Like I figure out what I'm gonna do. Like I can put more Funkos here and leave the top more open. Is probably what I will do. But yeah. Let's put this stuff on. I probably can't show stuff up here because I use a ladder. So you're not probably going to see the Funkos or game display being set up, but you at least can see at least whoever's going to be here in Monster High and whoever's going to be here. Finally, after all this time, all this trial and error with this darn shelf, we can finally put the Sonic collection up. So right here, I'm trying to figure out which collection works best for this spot. At first, I was going to try Sonic movie because I had less of that than Sonic Prime, but I had a hard time trying to display the Sonic movie merch specifically for some reason, because I was in this odd place where I didn't have enough for 2 shelves but too much for 1. So I spent literally like a few hours just trying to figure out what looked best, and like I swapped things out, rearranged things. It was like a whole Jenga game and I just couldn't get it quite down. As you could say, the math was a math thing and it was just very hard. And I did try to put Sonic Prime here too, and I had a hard time displaying that as well. But I did manage to figure out something, and then I started to move on to the Monster High part, because even though this is my Sonic collection, I'm waiting for the DCX Sonic stuff, so I thought I can put my Monster High overflow here just for now for a placeholder until the Sonic DC stuff comes out in October, which will be very soon. And once those are in, they would be definitely swapped out, and I had to find a place for them. But enjoyed the reproductions because they did take me a while to get because of the whole like scalper problem, but I'm glad I managed to get all of them. And I went back to my Sonic Prime collection, and I just got these Sonic Prime blind boxes. Probably saw that in my last video when I opened up some Sonic stuff, so I'm putting that on display and just figure out what I like there. And these are some of my favorite things in my collection. I love that they're front and center. And the last thing I'm going to show you guys is this shelf. This used to be my everything and everything shelf, but I took that out and put more Sonic overflow here, and most of it is the Squishmallows. Just like that, we have the Sonic Shrine up, or collection as you could say, and that means it's time for the shelf tour. So let's go. So right here is the top of this shelf. So this shelving unit originally have 5 shelves you put together, but I can only fit 4 comfortably here, so I'm using this area as an overflow for all my big stuff. But for now, I just have some Funko Pops behind here. Some of these are like not my doubles, but like my second of a character. So we have like the normal silver Funko Pop back there with the Rouge, like the treasure hunting Knuckles, some of my tails, stuff like that. And then I have Cream right there and Omega, and here I have my Sonic movie popcorn bucket. This one is my favorite and it's the only one I got, and I bought it secondhand. And up here, I have the thing that started this whole collection, which is this Sonic and Amy plush bouquet set you got from Walmart this year, or 2025, I believe, right? Wherever I'm filming this. So that started this whole collection. So of course they're up there being the star, as they should be. And then some of the empty figure boxes that are still cute, and I like to keep them. Here is the second shelf right here, and this is just, I call it just the normal Sonic stuff, as you could say, or like the games or different generations. So here I have some of the Jack figures behind. So I have the classic Amy, the one that comes with the yellow emerald. This version of Sonic, I just saw they have a new classic Sonic figure that I do want, so I might pick him up. And we have SBO, and go with SBO. I also have Vector here too, because I love Team Chaotic. They're like one of my favorites. Here I have some of my autographs. So this one is from the voice actor for Eggman, the modern Eggman, of course, and he signed the Sonic Boom collector set, because Sonic Boom is my favorite, and honestly, Eggman and Sonic Boom is such an icon. So I have that signed by him, and this one I have signed by Jason Griffith, who does Shadow and Sonic for the 4Kid era. So I got this Sonic X DVD signed because I thought it was perfect. I didn't know if I wanted like Sonic X or Unleashed, but I decided just to do X for now, because I have this autograph right here, which is from Kurt Thornton, who does Modern Shadow. And of course I had to get the Shadow X Generation game signed, because that's like the game that got me back into Sonic, and I love Kurt like voice acting of Shadow in that. It was like my favorite, so I had to get it signed. And you can tell it also has my favorite quote, which was "Fight with your wish in my heart." I love that line so much that Shadow says. And then here I have this little mini Sonic classic figure, and then I also have this silver autograph by Pete Capella, and it's the Hot Topic glow in the dark one, because at the time that was the cool version, but now I have the glitter version, so it's not as cool. But I love this autograph. He does a great job signing things. And here I have some out-of-box figures. I have the classic Sonic, the Amy, and this metal. They're like the little 2-inch figures. I also have this one thing from my childhood, which are these Del Taco, of all things, Sonic Boom cubes. So this is the remaining one I have left from my childhood. I had no idea where the other ones went, but at least we got Amy on there. And last on this shelf, I have these keychains I got from SummerCon this year, and they're kind of goofy, but I was like really sad during SummerCon because of a lot of reasons. So I got these to make me funny, to make me happy because they're funny. So we have this one that has Shadow stuck in like this, and we have like the AO3 Sonic. Love these a lot. Moving on now to this collection, which is my favorite, which is my Sonic Prime display, or one of many, because Sonic Prime is my biggest collection. It's the thing I have the most of because it's my favorite thing to collect, and I love Sonic Prime, so that's why I have so much merch from it. But I can't fit all my merch, obviously, so I just put my favorites here. So in the back here, I just have some of the multi-packs, but I only collect multi-packs that have Amy on it, or Nine, or Shadow. Those are like the 3 things I collect for Sonic Prime. So this one comes with an Amy or Thorn Rose figure. This one comes with both Rusty and Thorn Rose, among other characters. And I got this one on eBay. I bought this one from a convention, so they're cute. And then in the front here, I have my favorite of the big figures. So of course I have all the Amy's, Thorn Rose right here, which I have a hard time getting. And every time I get her, it seems to be like bad luck because she's never in perfect condition. Like this one, plastic ripped off, so I had to glue it on. The other one has like a whole bunch of dents in her packaging. So one day I'll get a good condition Thorn Rose, but for now this one will do. And then I have Rusty right here. I actually have 2 Rusties. This one and this one right here. One of them's gonna be unboxed. Then we got Shadow, and I do want like another Shadow one day too, to have him out of the box, but I'm waiting patiently on that, letting fate decide that, of course. And then I have the Black Rose figure, and this one's underrated. I think she's so cute. And then in front of them, I have the Sonic Prime blind boxes, like the capsule ones, because I thought these ones were better. I heard there's a series 2, so I definitely need to collect those when I find them. But we got the whole set here. So we got Sails, Dread, Mangy, Thornrose, Boschcade Sonic. I don't know which Sonic this one is. I believe it's the... I don't know. I always get confused. And then we have Rusty, and of course Shadow, and one of the Paradox Prism capsules. So that's the Sonic Prime display. And even though this is not like fully Sonic is Monster High, it's something we did do on this video. This is just a temporary spot just because I'm saving this for when the Sonic X Justice League stuff come out. But that won't come out till October. So Monster High is going to have this spot until those come, and then I have to figure out where I'm going to put these. But here I just have the Wave 3 Creep Productions and some collector dolls. So we have like Dead Fast Schoolia, the Were Twins, and Toralei, the Drop Dead, not Drop Dead Gorgeous, but you know, the Collector Operetta in the back there, as well as the Creep Production one, and this the inbox ones too. Like we have Operetta right there, Toralei in the back with the Were Twins. I also have my Elvira autograph because I thought that fits well here. And then I also had to put some Sonic stuff here because this is technically still the Sonic display. Here I have some of the Sonic the Magic Gathering card. And I wanted like the whole pack, but I didn't want to pay $60 for it. So it was much cheaper just to buy the cards I want in the end, which was Amy. This version of Shadow, I still gotta get like the normal one. I got another Amy card here and the normal Sonic. Again, I had a hard time debating like if I wanted all of them or just a few because these are expensive for no apparent reason, but I decided just to get the few I want because that was so much cheaper. The only one left I want is just like normal Shadow, and then I'll have everything I want there, and I did not pay that much for them because these cards were $3 each, and this one was like $5. I can't remember, so super cheap. And you know, these two are from a different pack, so that's great. And here I have more of the 2-inch Jax figures. I kind of collect not all of them, but a lot of them. So I have Vector here, of course, with SBO to match the big figure. I do have Rouge, and one day I would love to have like the Rouge Jax figures, but I understand that she is hard to find. You got Amy, Mighty. I love Mighty, if you don't know. Like, Mighty is my favorite character from the classic age, besides Amy, of course. And then I have this version of Sonic. I have the super classic Sonic figure, as well as this medal that my brother just bought me. So that's the Jax collection. And moving down from the Monster High collection, we got the last of the Sonic collection on this side, which is my movie display, and all of this is from Sonic 3 because I love Sonic 3. I found just watched it a few days ago, and I'm glad I like the movie because I have a lot of merch from it. Usually I don't buy merch before I see the movie, but you know, it's Shadow. Shadow's my other favorite character in the Sonic franchise. Amy's my favorite. I don't know if you could tell, but Amy's my favorite, but Shadow's my other one, and it's much easier to collect Shadow for me than Amy, so I tend to have more Shadow merch, and I'm glad I watched the movie to justify how much merch I have. And this display was a little bit hard because with the Sonic movie packaging, they're kind of bulky and they're like big pieces, and I had a hard time displaying everything nicely, but I didn't have enough merch to justify 2 displays, so it's just gonna look like this. But I know once like Sonic 4 comes out, you know, like this will have basically its own bookshelf, to be honest, because you know, hint, spoiler, Amy's gonna be in it. So for now, this is the Sonic movie display, but I know it'll get better once Sonic 3 comes out, or Sonic 4, and I'll probably start collecting some Sonic 2 and Sonic movie merch. I don't know yet, but at least I have Sonic 3, which matters in the end right now. So, here it is. It's a lot of cramp, because again, a lot of big pieces, but here's my little pointer, because this is my light, and I don't have a free hand, but this one right here is the multi-pack, like the 3-pack with Knuckles, Sonic, and Shadow. I got that from Target on sale for $6 actually, and I actually got 2 of them because the first one I got was damaged, so they sent me another one for free, so I basically got that for $3. And I like this like set. My problem is like the packaging is so big for 3 small figures, so that's kind of for me. But I do want maybe one day in the future the one that has Super Shadow, but for now I'm good with just that one. And then I had this Shadow scrunchie from Hot Topic. It is goofy, and I don't have the heart to wear it out yet, so it just hangs here. And then the back here, I have the 5-pack or the 4-pack. The 4-pack, I believe, the one that lights up with the Shadow and Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. I love this movie pack. It's like my favorite, and it's also super expensive, and I paid full price for that, I know. And then we have the Shadow mini movie plush. One day I want to get those bigger, goofy looking ones, but for now, I have the small ones. And then behind him, you can't tell because again, it is so cramped. Hold on. Let me move this Shadow. I had this mini Shadow, of course, but in the back here, because again, I had to really make space. Oh man, it's hard to tell. But I have the Super Shadow figure, and as well as the normal Shadow figure. And then I have the 2-pack of the Supers. The ones that light up were really cool. And finally, I have the Shadow motorcycle. I wanted this one so bad, but it was out of stock for a while, but now they're finally restocking him again, so I finally got my Shadow with the motorcycle too. Oh, and behind here too, I also have movie Sonic, the mini plushie one from the 3rd movie. So that is the movie shelf. A lot of big pieces, but still cute. This is the last of the Sonic shelves. This is on the Monster High display, and originally this shelf used to have like my mini collections of stuff that I still like, but like have only a few merch of, like Tokidoki Unicornos, Gravity Falls, but I moved those somewhere else, and so I can fit more Sonic stuff here. So here I have a lot of just like random stuff. Like I got this Sonic Prime multi-pack a few days ago as well, and I was very excited. Oops! I got this from Ross, and it comes with a black rose. So that's cute. I got that for like $10. And here I have some more Sonic Prime figures. I almost have them all. I'm only missing 4 that I care about now, which is the 2 Knuckles and the 2 Sonic. But here I have my extra Thorn Rose. This is the one I'm going to unbox, but for now she's just a placeholder until I get Sonic or Knuckles or whoever. And then we got my 9 figures right here. And then we got the Rouge, the Chaos Sonic, as well as the Chaos Trooper as well. And I do have 2 Chaos Troopers because I bought one from GameStop originally, but it came used. So they just gave me a refund on that, and I just bought another one off Amazon. And I have this Sonic Funko pin, which is really cute. And then the true star of this shelf for me is my scented Sonic Squishmallow mystery bag. I do have the whole set. Originally, I just wanted Amy. But then I keep opening them and I keep getting everybody but Amy. So now I have the whole set, and I don't regret that because these are really cute and they still smell really nice. Like I had these for a few months now because these came back in March and it's September right now. So, and they still smell. So good on that. But yes. So that is another display that I have. And last but not least, so in this video, we did move the How to Dragon Shrine to make room for the Sonic stuff. And so I did put most of my How to Dragon stuff here or put it away like the loose figures. But I actually had some room surprisingly right here where my door is at. So I just put some Sonic figures. I had the 2 medals, and eventually these will be moved onto the main display, but I just don't want to right now. I'm kind of lazy. And then I have another Sonic Prime multi-pack, but this is the one that comes with 9s instead of Black Rose. And I also have this figure pack that also comes with another Thorn Rose. So I also have that. And last of this tour is where the rest of my Sonic Funkos are. So I have the Buccaneer Shadow, the Sonic with the ring, the 2 fancy ones that have fancy finishes, my Pride and Joy, the Shadow and Amy 2-pack. Like, hello. Sega, are you trying to tell us something? And then I have the Super Shadow 2-pack. And then I also have this classic Amy plushie, and behind her you can't see But I have the Knuckles and Rouge 2-pack because they're my other favorite Sonic ship. And then I have the Amy and Metal Funkos. And then I have Big the Cat right here. And the Shadow with the Chow. But that one's special because my coworker gave it to me. And I also had this cute little Tails figures here. I'm definitely going to rearrange some parts of this area so you can see more of the Funkos, but that's what it looks like for now, and it's super cute. And that's all for today's video. And I'm so happy that my Sonic collection is finally up and it looks so great. I know there's a lot of trials and errors, especially with the shelf itself and how bad quality was and how some collections weren't mathing the way that I wanted it to, especially like the Sonic movie one, but it all worked out in the end and I'm really happy with the end product. And I'm already planning on rearranging everything again because that's just a collector's life. Nothing's really permanent. Stuff is always changing because you're always getting new stuff, we're always taking stuff down, so it's always a constant change of rotation. But I'm glad that this is the start and it's front and center in my room, like it's the first thing you see, and I'm just really happy with it. So that's my Sonic collection. Let me know what you think. I've been collecting for a few months now and I'm pretty proud of my collection. So if you ever want to see any more updates on my collections or the rotations or anything like that, don't subscribe to this YouTube channel because I do long form content like this. But I also have a collecting Instagram, which is the Tiff Riff. That's where you can get the most up-to-date stuff there because I'm always posting. And if you like cosplay, I also have a cosplay account too called Chuckle Horse Popcorn. And if you like either of that stuff, this is the place for you. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you didn't find it boring or cringy, and I catch you in my next one. I have no idea where it is, but I hope you watch it, and goodbye!